Hello again. Nice to see you. Nice to be seen. This human form that we have, this human being, this vessel, some call it a temple, some call it a body, some call it a pain in the ass. But it's what we've got here. To respect it, to love it, to honor it, takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of practice, because it's so easy to judge it. So easy to judge everything. That's what we humans do. Judge the shit out of everything. Right, wrong, good, bad. Yes, no. But beyond all of that, that's where we get some peace. The peace that goes beyond all understanding. And that's where we find home. But what's the doorway? Where is the door to home? Of course, people say home is right here. Always is. Because it's in the moment, it's right now. Which is a nice philosophy for some, but most people are going, yeah, whatever. The power of now. When you touch it, you know it. So, the gateway or the doorway to being here, now, to being home. So this is a technique I've worked with. So, somewhere in your body, there's a cell. So if you would imagine that, just scan your body, be aware of your body, your arms, your torso, your legs, your head. And there's a particular cell. And just focus on that, become aware of it. Because there's a key in that cell. Everyone has it. So focus on that. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be in your little finger, it could be anywhere. So focus on that. Mine's somewhere in my right arm for some reason. Anyway, so I focus there. So we're going to do a little physics now. First we're going to start off with, well, this is the body. And thanks for the body. Danke, danke, danke. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Now we focus on this cell. This particular point in the body. As we become aware of it, our intention and attention is focused there. A good way to begin any journey is with a little humility. Humility is a surrender of the ego, of the I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that identification. Most people don't get humility. It seems like some sort of weakness or some sort of... But that's not it. Humility is a... So we begin the journey. Focusing on that cell. Now modern physics tells us, and medical science, that we're made up of cells, yes. And inside those cells, of course, the cells are made up of atoms. So let's go into the cell, with the mind, focus the mind, go into the cell, and go deeper, 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 right down to the atomic level, the atom. A atom. So a atom within a cell, within a body, within a world, within a universe. A atom. And we dive inside that atom. And of course what we find there is 99% no thing. Spaciousness. Space, emptiness. You could say there's a positive and a negative electron, there's this and that, but mostly it's just space. This is what we're made of, physically, on the physical level. I am spaciousness. To go into that spaciousness, then our awareness comes alive. And we remember that this spaciousness is in every atom, within every cell in this body. It's in the air around us, it's in the floor, it's in the ceiling, it's in the trees outside, it's in everything. This spaciousness, this stillness, this emptiness. Is everything. To know I am that. I am that spaciousness. That connects us with the infinite. Infinite space. And of course the analogy is that spaciousness is a reflection of the spaciousness of the universe, which is 99.9% space. When you know yourself as that, you're free. That's it. That's enlightenment. That's the freedom. And of course, it's in everything. So we're one. We are at one. This is oneness. This is the gateway, the doorway, the gateless gate. The closed door that has always been open. So to be here with that, as that, as an awareness, to live your life with that awareness, that's living enlightenment. Some would call this consciousness. In the West, we tend to go for spaciousness. No thing. But in the East, I'd call it consciousness. It's everything. It's quite nice opening to consciousness because it's somehow a bit more friendly and can be loving. That's where love comes from. I am. That's where concepts of God, or all the gods, particularly God, the divine, all comes out of this space. So to love it, then the love comes back to you. To embrace it is to be embraced by it. They say once you really know this, your enlightenment is guaranteed. In the Zen they would say, well, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So you live your life, but there's awareness of the consciousness in all things. And that's who you are. That's who I am. The challenge, of course, is holding this awareness, which is not easy. It's really not easy. I practice it a lot and fail a lot. A lot. Yeah. I had 3 months a few years ago. I had 3 months where I had that constant awareness. Oh, I was happy. You know, when the Dalai Lama says, "May all beings be happy," I was happy for 3 months. And then, well, I had to deal with a bunch of shit. So I go back to that awareness a lot, and then I lose it all the time. But you see, it's practice. It's practice. That's what all this is about. It's just practice. And the good thing about it is it's very practical. Because these days everything's changing, everything's transforming very fast. A lot of stuff keeps coming up for people. Emotions, feelings, issues, stories, relationship stuff. We're going to talk more and more about relationships. That's going to be the concept behind several videos. But relationships, whoa. They're a challenge, eh? But this awareness of spaciousness, of the consciousness in all things. If you, whatever's going on, some story, it's usually mind stuff, yeah? Blah 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 blah. She did that, he did this, running. And then we go, okay, that's there, and spaciousness, consciousness, the stillness behind all things, the void, and into the void it goes. So it's a great transformational tool. Whatever the story is going on, apply consciousness to it. See, this is what the Buddha did. He says, I'm sitting under this tree, here's my Bodhi tree, and I'm going to sit under this tree until I apply consciousness to everything. I'm not sure how long he sat there, but it all came. All the fears, all the judgments, all the stories. And he said, oh, well, this is illusion. Behind all of it is this consciousness. And he met it all with the truth. And he saw beyond it all, or through it all, into the essence. And he became fully realized, enlightened. That's my simple version of how the Buddha did it. Yeshua ben Joseph, or most commonly named as Jesus, he's, for me, is a full-on shaman. The lesson of the cross was a hardcore shamanic initiation. That was his thing, love, old love. I and my Father are one, which is basically I am consciousness. His challenge was, okay, I've got to hold it in the most extreme circumstance, physically. So he's loving accepting what is, loving what is. You know, his friends sort of denied him and betrayed him, and he's exhausted. He stumbled through the streets carrying this cross, feeling judged, feeling everything. Like, but he holds it. Holds this awareness of who he is and his connection. I and my Father are one. I am consciousness. But then he finally gets to the cross. He can't hold it anymore. He's in incredible physical pain, incredible emotional pain. Probably feels like he's failed. Classic masculine wound. I'm not good enough, I failed, can't make it. Of course, he loses his connection. Becomes identified with the pain, which we all do every single day. Mostly. At some point. And he's like, oh fuck this. This is not fun. And he feels that. And then he goes, right, yeah. What do I teach? What am I about? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. It's such an art, forgiveness. To forgive the illusion, which feels so real. I forgive this betrayal, I forgive this physical suffering. I forgive myself because I know I've created this situation for myself. I forgive the people for playing their roles in my play. I forgive these nails, I forgive this cross, I forgive God because this is some part of some fucking plan. I don't know if he spoke French, but he would have been a little bit in his Aramaic. And his Magdalene, his beloved Magdalene down there, she's just crying her heart out. He can't do anything about it. Forgiveness. Forgiveness, 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 forgiveness. Because forgiveness creates acceptance. Forgiveness is not about making wrong into right. It's saying, okay, this is what's happened and this is what's happened. That's it. No judgment. Forgiveness dissolves judgment, so it dissolves karma. Judgment is karma. Karma creates judgment. Judgment extends your karma. To dissolve your karma, you just need to get unconditional. Unconditional love and acceptance, karma's gone. And that's what he did. Forgiveness brought him into acceptance. Okay, I'm here. I'm here now. I'm here on this cross. Back in my power. Back in the power. Beyond the judgment. And what's my other thing I do? Love. Love. Love it all. Love this cross, love this pain, love this suffering, love the story, love it all, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh! Boom. Hey, Papa. Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. So that was his enlightenment, his liberation, his ascension. So he did it pretty hardcore. Buddha did it by sitting under the tree and facing it all on a sort of mental, psychological, astral level. Christ, Yeshua, did it in a very physical way. To have compassion for all of it. consciousness of compassion. That's a practice. So yeah, find some sort of practice where you remember who you are, beyond all of it, all of the stories, all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, all of the emotions, all of the things you have to do. Beyond all of that, or in the essence of all of it, is this spaciousness, this consciousness. And love that. And remember, you are loved by that. When you can feel that, it's all okay. Yeah. And that was my lesson. I realized I was consciousness, this spaciousness. But then began the next evolution. Love. To know that I am love. That's the feminine. The masculine is consciousness, is spaciousness, is the stillness. And of course, to be a Buddha or a Christ, you need unconditional love or compassion and non-attachment. To love everything as it is. That's a practice. And I dare say I'm going to fail thousands more times in my life. But that's okay. Loving the consciousness of failure. Yeah. So, this is my first little talk. Thank you very much for listening. I am that I am. And I love the consciousness that is you. And much respect to the identity, the human, the personality. Thanks for being who you are. Thanks for showing up. We're all in this together. So I wish you most well. Thank you.